Hey guys, welcome back to another very interesting video of Versatile Knowledge. So Google has decided to become the Netflix of gaming. 2 days back, Google released the Google Stadia, the virtual gaming platform, which introduces a new perspective for the gamers around the world. In this video, I'll not be focusing only on the features, but I'll be answering the most commonly asked questions about the Google Stadia and what is it meant for the end users or the customers of the Google Stadia platform. So without further delay, let's get started. So guys, as Google said in the conference or the launch event, the future of gaming is not a box, it should be a place. This is what Google said during the launch event. So first thing is, what exactly is Google Stadia? I'll explain you guys in the simplest of terms. See, Google Stadia is like a virtual gaming stadium. You guys have played a lot of games like cricket, football, basketball, volleyball, badminton, table tennis, etc. Right? All these sports require a place to play that game, a place to play that sport. For example, if you want to play cricket, you should have to go to a stadium or a ground nearby your house and play cricket. You can't play cricket with all the 11 players from your team inside your home, right? So a stadium has to be built for that particular sport to be played. Similarly, Google has built a stadium called Stadia. So this Stadia is actually a stadium for all the games that has been built virtually on the cloud. So if you guys have played a game like a PUBG or a Mortal Kombat or Fortnite or NFS or GTA or a lot of other games, these games can be played in different ways, like downloading on your computer and then playing, buying a game CD from your nearby store and then playing, or you can even download on your phones and on your tablets and play the game, right? But these games require a game file that will be installed on your device, and then only you can play that particular game. So these are the type of the games that has to be downloaded on your phones or on your computers or on your specific hardware, and then only you can play the particular game. But in this type of gaming where you can download the game on your computer or on your smartphones and then play, there is a disadvantage in this type of gaming. What is the disadvantage is, today you have bought a high-end smartphone. Let's consider you have bought the Asus ROG phone, which plays the PUBG or the latest game in the highest available quality. But after 2 years, what happens is your smartphone, that Asus ROG that you just purchased, will be outdated. The game that will be released in 2021 cannot be played in the same amount of fluidity or the same amount of speed or the highest available graphics in 2021 because hardware gets outdated in that age. So what happens is, in that time you will have to purchase a new smartphone again, then install the latest game and then play. So what Google decided was to eliminate the need of hardware to play a game by the users or by the gamers. So Google Stadia is a virtual stadium which is upscalable in both hardware and software in years to come. So you can play high-end games on any mobile that you have or any tablet, TVs or any other screens that you have on your home. And just like how we view the YouTube videos on our phone, we'll be playing the games on the browsers. That's it. This is how Google Stadia has been made. As per Google's claims, the games that we'll be playing will not be on a box. It will not be dependent on a phone. It will not be dependent on something like a PlayStation or an Xbox. It will be like a place. It will be on a cloud service, just like a Google Chrome or a Netflix. The Google Stadia was announced at the Game Developer Conference on the 19th. So the next important question about the Google Stadia is, how can you play games on Google Stadia? Let's consider you have any normal smartphone or a laptop or an iPad or any tablets. You open Google Chrome browser or you open YouTube first. There will be a specific tab dedicated to the Stadia gaming. So whatever games that is present in the tab of the Stadia gaming, you can go ahead and play all those games in an instant. You don't have to wait for your smartphone to respond because of your low hardware capacity. So instantly you can play games. The next question is, what is the available streaming quality? As per Google's claims, the Stadia supports the streaming quality up to 4K HDR at 60 frames per second. So this is the highest available quality. You can stream at 4K resolution using the HDR quality at 60 frames per second. So this is the quality that Google Stadia is offering right now. As and when the technology and games will be getting advanced, it will be upscaled to 8K up to 120 frames per second. I've written down almost all the questions that have been asked or all the doubts that consumers or the users have. The next question is, what are the available games that will be available on the Google Stadia platform for the users to play and also for the streamers to stream on? As of of now, when Google introduced the Google Stadia platform, they had partnered with Doom Eternal, a very famous AAA title, and also they showed Assassin's Creed gameplay. And Google has claimed that they'll be soon onboarding a lot of famous game studios to develop games specifically for the Stadia platform. And now comes the very important question: when will PUBG be available on Google Stadia? But right now we don't have any information about when PUBG will be going on the Google Stadia platform, because right now we get a lot of complaints from people saying that PUBG lags on my phone, we cannot play PUBG on my computer, and etc, etc. If that is possible in future and PUBG gets introduced to the Google Stadia platform, it will be a huge boost both to the gaming industry and also for the streamers. So the next question is, you guys might be thinking, if there are millions of people who are playing games online on the Google Stadia platform, then what is the hardware capacity of the Google Stadia platform? Google has partnered with AMD to build a custom GPU specifically made for the Google Stadia gaming platform. The system configuration of Google Stadia is 10.7 teraflops of power. It has a 2.7 gigahertz custom made CPU and 16 GB of RAM, and it has a 22 square Gbps or gigabytes per second data transfer speed, that is 484 gigabytes per second data transfer speed. So the Google Stadia platform has insane amount of hardware processing power needed for every gamer in the world to stream games online without any hassle. And Google will be using the Linux operating system on the server side to implement this Google Stadia. So now we understood that Google Stadia is just like a Google Chrome browser where we can open and play games any time of the day, and we do not require any specific hardware, or there is no hardware barrier to play the games. When will Google Stadia be launched online? The answer to this question is, Google did not actually answer this. They told later this year. So we think that there is a lot of work pending before Google Stadia gets released to the end users. So Google Stadia might be getting released in 2019's August or September, that is 4 to 5 months from now. And it will be initially released only for the Android platform. It will only be released for the Chromebooks, the Android smartphones, and the Android tablets that is present in the world. And Google has said they'll also be releasing the Google Stadia platform for the iOS devices soon. But it is not sure when Google Stadia will exactly be released on the iOS platform. And if you have a television and if you want to play games on your television at the highest quality, then you can easily use the Google Chromecast and then use the Google Chrome browser and easily play the games that is available on the Google Stadia platform. So which are the countries that will be getting Google Stadia initially? The first few countries that is getting Google Stadia in August or September is USA, Canada, UK, and some countries in Western Europe. So the next question is, if Google Stadia supports 4K at 60 frames per second, then it will be consuming a lot of data. Then users will have a question, can we play Google Stadia games at 1080p as well? You can play the games at 1080p at 60 FPS or 30 FPS, and you can easily play the games at the resolution as low as 720p at 30 FPS as well. So you can go as low as 720p, but the Google Stadia platform restricts you to go below 720p because the quality will also get reduced. 720p, 1080p, and 4K are the three different resolutions that is available on the Google Stadia as of now. So now let's come to the most important part of the video, that is the two important hurdles that Google has to overcome before Google Stadia becomes successful. One thing is getting games on the Google Stadia platform. The second thing is the internet bandwidth. So guys, if you're watching a 4K movie at HDR quality on Netflix, in 1 hour it will consume at least 2 to 3 gigabytes of data. Now if you are playing a game which is more highly graphic intensive than just a movie watching, playing a game at 4K HDR at 60 frames per second for 1 hour consumes at least 4 gigabytes of data. The most important question is, how can Google help the users play the game in the lowest data consumption in the best quality possible? So this is the biggest question, but Google shied away from answering this question. In case PUBG goes onto the Google Stadia platform and you'll be streaming the game at 1080p at 60 FPS for 2 hours, you'll be consuming at least thrice the amount of data that you were consuming for the game when you were playing the same game by downloading it on the phone. After internet consumption, the second hurdle is the latency. Let's consider you have a very high-speed internet connection and an unlimited data plan. There is no data barrier in your home for your Wi-Fi or for your internet connection. But what about latency? The time that is required for you to send a request to the server and the response to get from the server is known as latency. You are playing an online game on the Stadia platform, you shoot, and if the bullet goes after 5 seconds, then the gaming experience will be completely destroyed. This cannot obviously happen. So latency is the second important hurdle. As of now, only Assassin's Creed and Doom Eternal are the two games that were showcased at the launch event of the Google Stadia. But in the upcoming months, we'll get to see a lot of other games on the Google Stadia platform as well, because obviously Google will have a brilliant marketing strategy to convince the gaming publications to come and showcase their games on the Google Stadia platform. The next important question is, when will Google Stadia be launching in India? According to Google, India has the highest probability to get the gaming platform, the Google Stadia, in the upcoming months, but we are not sure, and I think it will not come to India at least till the first quarter of 2020. If you want to play games on your TV and you want some controller like a joystick, then Google has launched their own Google Stadia controller, which will be releasing with the Google Stadia as well. So with the help of this Google Stadia controller, you can even enhance your gaming experience with the Google Stadia. So what are the type of games that will be getting launched on the Google Stadia platform is the next question. There will be a lot of AAA titles that will be coming onto the Google Stadia platform. So what is a AAA title will be the question. AAA title means a game which has been developed with a high amount of graphics, high budget, and there is a huge team of people who has developed this game. So examples of AAA titles are the GTA, Call of Duty, etc. Unfortunately, the Fortnite and Candy Crush does not come in the AAA titles. So that's it for this video, guys. I think I've answered all the questions that is related to the Google Stadia. If you have any more questions about the Google Stadia, please write them in the comment section below. And if you have liked this video, please hit the like button and share this video with your friends. And if you have still not subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button, as we are your source for all the latest updates in the world of technology. Thank you for watching, guys.